So there guys, welcome back to Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Hello everyone.
Hello Velerious. Unpause the old towns. Right, I'm going to crack on and start... Oh no, they're already doing the walls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we put the scaffolding up, didn't we? Yeah.
Have they got enough wood? Because there's a lot watching the bedroom.
I think so. No, we have no wood.
Did you put a chop in? Yeah. And they just haven't done it yet?
I think they have done, so they just need a fresh chop order. Chop. Trees.
Chop the trees.
Chop all the fucking trees down, son.
Chop them down, mate.
I think the other Blue Squares were where they were meant to be planting trees,
Yeah.
but there's nothing to plant, so
Yeah.
they're sort of... They've reached that,
'Cause
that limit.
It comes from bushes, and weirdly enough, it's like bushes are not renewable in towns.
Yeah.
Because, you know, trees, once you cut down one tree, you can only plant one more tree. Welcome to real world.
It's a bit fucked, isn't it, really? That's sort of the limit of the trees that we can have.
Have you seen there's that search engine now that for every search you do, it plants a tree or something?
No, but it doesn't surprise me that that's the thing.
And they're like, everyone come use this search engine, because when you do it, we plant trees.
I hate that thing now where it's like on Google, if I'm searching a lot of things, it does the captures, which is like really annoying.
Mine only does that every now and then if I'm searching something like very specific.
Usually if I've got a tech problem.
Yeah.
Because you end up searching the same thing with like slight variations on the words and stuff.
And that seems to be the thing that brings up the capture, because it's like, excuse me, why are you searching 16 ways to fix this?
Yeah, it does it when I've searched the same thing in sort of different ways, but also like if I search for like results, and I tend to like, I'll search for something and I'll open like 6 pages in new tabs to read, and then it'll freak out and be like, "Oh, we detected unusual bullshit" and all this, and it's like, yeah, but you've checked me like thousands of times. It's like, do you know what I mean? You'll pass the capture, and then like 5 minutes later it'll throw up another capture. It's like, I passed the first one, I haven't fucking degenerated into a robot in the last 5 minutes.
Well, you're out. Well, weirdly enough, right?
Yeah.
I was reading the other day about the crackdown now on Pirate Bay that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
And basically what they're going to do with it now is trying to identify who is using Pirate Bay, and then basically slap your hands and then tell you off in the United Kingdom.
Right.
By sending you an email from your ISP, and then after that they will find you if you continue using it, okay?
Okay.
But the one issue that I found with it was, when I looked up how they determine if you're using it or not, it was done by the data usage, not by the site you visited. Now, yes, of course, that gets rid of, like, OpenVPN, where, like, you know, you use a virtual private network and you can, like, go to Pirate Bay and they won't know you've gone to Pirate Bay. Okay. Yeah. But now it means that if they notice you do a lot of downloading, they're going to say, why are you on Pirate Bay? And it's like, but
what if it's Steam and shit?
People
God,
use Steam,
I downloaded a game the other day, it was like 16 gig.
I downloaded one this morning that was 9 gig. So it's like, right there between us, we've just used like 28 gig, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This was the problem we've had before with like the internet in Britain, is like how they do they move you onto the shit when if you use up too much bandwidth like too soon. And it's like generally like after a Steam sale, me and you will be installing like a couple of different games each. We can get to like 100 gig in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you've used too much data. It's like, yeah, but that's like, I might then go like 2 more months without using hardly anything.
Yeah.
But for that, you get put on the shit thing. Plus, we upload like 1.5 gigs to YouTube every single fucking day, which is like,
it's stupid
to them. I mean, they might see that as though it's seeding or something, which it isn't.
They might think that you're uploading to Pirate Bay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, a simple check would see that the data is going to YouTube.
Yeah, but that's the issue. They don't seem to be checking that because of privacy concerns. Which is like, fair enough, you don't want to invade my privacy, but to be honest, if I'm not using Pirate Bay,
I guess if
I would like it to be known.
If you watch a lot of Twitch, you're probably getting through a fair bit of downstream data there,
especially
as well.
like with me when I watch it from the source.
Yeah,
so it's like the highest quality.
Exactly.
And it's like the amount of data that goes through there, it must be insane.
Yeah, I would say so.
So yeah, I'm certainly hoping that instead they check like what sites you've been on, rather than just instantly going, "Oh, you've downloaded an awful lot, so now you're using Pirate Bay. We've determined."
It's a bit of a fallible system, isn't it?
Because the other thing is as well, right? I mean, I don't know because I don't pirate anymore, really. But like, if you go on there, generally you go on and download 1 film and then leave.
Yeah.
You don't go on there and download 200 films at 400 gig and then leave.
To be honest, I think the only thing I've actually pirated in recent memory would be Game of Thrones, just because it's like, it's only on one channel over here, it's not a channel we can get.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's no other way of us watching it.
Which is stupid.
Unless you wait for the DVDs to eventually come out and buy the DVDs, but it's like,
Well,
you know, which I probably will do anyway, because I'd love to own the whole box set, but...
Well, I quit it in order to do, like, you know, the movies and things like that. I just go and watch them on, like,
movies I go on
some
Put
movie
Locker.
sites. Yeah.
Or one of the many clones of Put Locker.
I go on that 123 Movies, which also has series on. Series that we can't get.
Yeah.
A.k.a. when we're watching now Once Upon a Time, because Mum wants to watch that. The weird thing about Once Upon a Time was, for some strange reason, after the season 2, it became Netflix exclusive.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, fuck you then. I'll just go and watch it on a fucking site. I don't want to get Netflix just for this one goddamn thing.
It's like, I do watch some other stuff as well. Like, I've just finished watching the new season of Archer from, like, earlier on in the year. Because, again, it doesn't get shown over here. It's not like it's not on anywhere. So I watched that on ToonMe, which is like an anime sort of Put Locker.
But the thing is, with all these, like, originals as well, it's like, you get into the point where, you know, what do I get? Because there's Amazon Prime original things, there's Netflix original things, so it's like, I'd have to have a subscription to both of these. But then also, if I want to watch something that's not on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I would have to get a subscription to something else.
Well, even then, we ended up watching that Jean-Claude Van Johnson on
123 Movies.
On 123 Movies, because although it's available on Amazon, you're supposed to be able to watch it free. It wasn't on the UK Amazon, only on the American one.
Yeah.
Even though the other shows they did at the same time, The Tick, was on the UK Amazon. It's like, well, what's the deal? This is like, they did like 3 shows all at once, and you meant to be able to watch them all for free, and yet only one of them was available in the UK. It's like, oh,
So
fuck
stupid.
you, Amazon. And it's not like we're not Prime. That's the thing, we're Prime as well. It's supposed to be the whole series is supposed to be free for Prime users.
Well, to be fair, with Amazon, it's like, I don't understand half the time what they do. Because like I showed you that other day, the Doctor Who, like, Ice Cube things you can get. That, like, they're $5.99 in the USA, but over here it's like £14.99. It's like, that's a lot more money. And we fucking invented Doctor Who. It's a BBC programme!
It swings and roundabouts, though. Although you get a lot of stuff that's, like, more expensive over here than it would be in the States. It's like, I buy a lot of second-hand books, as I've told you before, and it's like, they tend to be cheaper to buy them from the States and get them shipped here than to buy them from a UK seller, because the UK seller seems to just rip you off.
That's what I was saying. The USA seems to like, get loads of price reductions.
These guys make the most spaz out of this wall.
They really want to, like, destroy your wall idea. It's okay, he'll just... they do that.
He must have been stood there holding it, because he forgot what he was doing with it.
Where do I go?
What do I do with this again?
What do I do?
I'm going to put another one in, but we're probably going to need a Choppy McChopperson going on.
Alright, Choppy McChopperson. Are they back yet? Oh my god.
Yeah, them trees grow quick, mate. They don't fuck about.
God, and there's no wood around there,
We've been genetically fucking engineering these things for 4 years now.
But the thing is, unless they've, like, moved all that wood, they've used all that wood. Because there was no wood lying on the ground.
Yeah, because these are like 2 wood per block, and that's like 15, 25,
Cutting
35,
down the forest.
45, 50 odd blocks, maybe more.
Imagine if real life was like this. Just plant a tree, it grows back in like 2 days.
That'd be great. That would solve so many problems.
I don't know why they haven't done that. Just genetically engineer trees so they grow faster.
No, but I'll tell you one thing they have done, which I heard on the radio the other day, is they've sort of found a way to solve one of life's big old problems of, like, there's this weird thing, like, your body sort of renews itself and replaces itself, like, you break a bone grows back and fills in. I mean, alright, it's not perfect, but it does it, right?
Yeah.
Your skin repairs, obviously, and stuff like that. But your teeth don't. Your teeth have very little sort of regenerative capabilities, and so they've found a way, they've created this sort of little mesh out of some shit that they can put in, basically, so if you've got, like, a hole, like a cavity, they can put this mesh inside, and you won't need a filling because the tooth will grow back in.
That's quite cool.
Which is amazing. I mean, obviously, like, you know, it's going to be a few years before you see it being used on any sort of wide scale. But once it does, it's like they're saying it could potentially do away with fillings.
I like when nowadays, because of internet,
except in extreme circumstances.
Because of internet time and having all the information there, like, you know, when you need it and everything.
Yeah.
When someone says, like, oh, it could be a few years in the future, it's like, oh, that's fucking forever. Knowing full well that, like, for a few years in the future is not that far. But it's like, by the time we get to, like, you know, old men and we're still doing fucking towns, it's like, just imagine the future technology will happen.
It's just pretty amazing, and it's like, it's amazing that it's been such a long time coming. But just imagine a world where you don't need fillings anymore, when you can just, you know, your tooth can actually regenerate itself.
Imagine a world.
Because as someone who has fillings, they're annoying as shit. They're the worst thing ever. I've only got 2.
I can't wait until we just evolve into gas.
But I hate them.
And we no longer need to eat or anything, and we just gas.
Well, you wouldn't be gas, you'd be light.
Gas. No, gas from the ass.
So you just evolve into a fart.
Yes, that's what we are going to become. The human race.
Is this going back to your fucking fart deity
farts.
again?
Yes.
The great cosmic fart
God.
cloud.
Tell me your ideas, great fart god.
I thought we'd done away with that.
No, it's great.
This place looks quite cool when it's when this is all chopped down. You can just see the little hut. I love our little hut.
The little hut's quite nice.
It's really nice.
It's a little hut in the forest. Except it's not really a forest.
Sexy
it's a farm.
Sexy little
Tree
hut
farm.
in the forest.
We legit made a tree farm. We didn't make a forest.
Well, that's, sustainable farming. Yeah.
but we could have literally just put patches.
We have one of those
around with trees on. And
certifications, like on every block of wood that comes through. It says, supplied from sustainable rainforest or whatever.
I'm waiting for the point where we actually
The Rainforest Alliance, that's them.
Wait till we go on the Towns Wiki or something, and it just goes, by the way, in the next update, you're allowed to grow 16 billion trees. They just keep respawning everywhere.
Great.
Well, the thing is with trees, is like, they tend to grow quite a lot. I mean, we cut down a lot, but that's just because we're humans.
Yeah.
We pretty much shit on everything that's not human.
Pretty much.
What's that, a dodo? Better kill it and eat its gizzard. No. It's like, literally, that was the most poor defenseless creature ever. When you actually look up facts about the dodo. The dodo. Because the dodo had no natural predator.
No, because it just lived on a fucking island, mate.
But it ate things there. It was the predator of other things, but it had no predator itself. So it was the only creature that really kind of
But it made the
didn't have any
mistake
fear.
of being delicious.
Well, he wasn't. That was the point. Only his gizzard tasted nice. The rest of the fucking dodo, they probably lobbed. They were like, oh, this gizzard's delicious. Throw the rest of that fucking dodo away. But say it's still alive, we'll beat it over the head with its gizzard. That makes it more delicious. Gizzards.
Yeah, that's true. It is a famous example of...
I think you should make it into a fine pate. Dodo gizzard pate.
What is a gizzard?
It's the thing inside a dodo. It's delicious.
I wonder what it is specifically. It's one of those things where it's sort of one of those things that's inside a creature, but
what birds.
Actually is it? Is it just birds? And lizards have them as well, don't they?
A lizard gizzard. I don't know. I'm sure.
Which would make sense because birds evolved from lizards anyway.
Yeah, birds evolved from the dinosaurs. I remember the Tyrannosaurus chicken. It was freaking frightening.
Chickosaurus Rex.
Chickosaurus Rex.
There you go. Fixed it for you.
The buckhawks heard throughout the lands.
It's like the big rooster from Realms of Fighting. Just a giant fucking rooster.
Oh man, it's so spoopy having all them chickens walking around when they were enormous.
Just imagine the fear.
The fear of an egg just tumbling onto you because it's enormous now.
I should make a giant rooster for my D&D game, I think. That'd be amazing.
Imagine how delicious the eggs would be.
Yeah. There is a template for what they call titanic creatures, which are like literally like a toad, like the size of our house sort of thing, that sort of stuff. So I can totally make a giant fucking rooster.
Back to the idea of humans being assholes. Instantly turn towards, I wonder how delicious their babies are. A nice Chianti.
We just like eating things, man. I think that's...
that's the reason why we died so much in the past. Like, when we explored new islands, we went, look, I found some berries. And the next guy comes along, what happened to him? Well, he was here and he ate these berries like this.
The thing is, it's like, the thing that makes... That I don't understand about food and stuff is, like, how did we discover, like, cooking stuff? Because it's like, it's like...
Well, I reckon just immediately...
How did cake happen?
when we discovered fire, I would imagine the first guy was like, oh, this meat is very cold. If I put it on the fire...
Yeah, I get that. I get, like, the heating of food.
That was the first bit of it. Then the second bit was, oh, I think I'll just heat up some meat. I'll just put this meat on the side. And, oh, no, I've tossed all my eggs in a mixing bowl.
Yeah, but then... Who was then, I'm going to squish this wheat down into powder. I'm going to squish these sugar canes down into sugar. I'm going to get these eggs and moon-born chickens, mix them all together in a certain way so that it turns light and fluffy, then heat it.
Well, I imagine the first kind of step of it was making dough. I think that would be the first step.
But even that, how did that come about? How did we get from just like wheat to flour to bread?
It was most likely due to the fact of like food going off quite fast. Because that's the thing.
Because stuff like cheese, you can understand that will have been discovered by accident. Like, oh no, look what's happened to my cheese.
They did that stuff in America, you see. With the.
Do you think that's high enough? Shall I put spikes on this?
Yeah,
I think that looks pretty good.
Do the spikes hurt people when they put them on?
No.
Oh, that's good. Because the other thing as well, right, is like, I would imagine that most of this happened with the Americans when they tried to traverse across America in the early days. It was quite large, and food rations would go off quite often.
Yeah.
So
well,
they invented jerky.
Yeah, salted meats was a...
And that's where the introduction of jerky came from. So most likely in the past, some guy was like, "Oh, I've got to go really far, but all this food will go off unless I bake it into a cake."
Well, foods like that, like jam as well and stuff like that, and pickles, is because like there's mainly sort of 4 good ways of preserving food. You salt it, you sugar it, you pickle it, or you freeze it.
And then you get a guy called Carl Cake who invented the cake.
Oh, of course. It had to be, didn't it?
Yeah.
Mr. Cake.
Mr. Cake himself.
Mr. Carl Cake.
He invented the first cake without any fillings or anything, so it was just a cake.
I'm going to do these one by one, which is annoying, but I worry that if they put them down in the wrong order, they might not be able to walk over them to fill in the gaps.
So when I said, will it hurt them when they walk over them?
I don't think they can walk over them. I think it's...
Try?
I'd rather not.
Try.
I'll take
at the back
risk.
where the scaffolding is, right? Just plop one down, like in the middle or something. Because look, these little fuckers walk along it anyway.
But then I have to destroy it.
No, because we could just go around it later. It won't be in the way.
I'm just going to do it this way, Boris.
No, it'll be so long and tedious.
Well, it will like be, but that's towns in a nutshell, is it not?
Towns in a nutshell.
It's long and tedious like your penis. It's towns.
It's towns. So, yeah, cake. The first guy who invented cake, what the fuck? Admittedly, there is things like that, though, where, like, who was the first person to invent haggis?
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah. Exactly. And don't get me wrong, haggis is delicious. I fucking love haggis.
I like haggis.
But what the fuck? Seriously. Who was like, okay, I'm going to rip out this animal's internal organs, stick them all in his stomach, boil that shit up for a while.
And oh my god, it's
add some spices.
I reckon it is just crazy people like that, to be honest. It's like the crazy people who go like, pasta, salad cream and pasta. And then it's delicious. And they're like, oh, I've invented something. Exactly. I think that's just the case of it. And it's just people being weird throughout history that just invented stuff. Yeah. And then we're like, oh, this is quite nice. Like the Scotch egg.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Again. It's just weird.
Again, yeah. Bit of an odd combination, but...
It's just something you wouldn't really do with that food unless you were trying to make a Scotch egg.
And it's not like the things that were made in the modern day. Like, people now probably try all sorts of weird shit because there's this whole sort of gourmet cooking thing and, like, Heston Blumenthal making weird shit. So people experiment with food these days. But back then, surely there wasn't as much experimentation, you know?
A buttered badger. Delicious.
And it's like... I mean, there are always going to be people who just try shit for the sake of it, but...
It works, though.
It's very strange, isn't it?
It is very strange.
Certainly complex recipes and stuff. I question it, Velerious.
Yeah, do you question it?
Yeah, I question shit.
I don't question it at all. I think it's fantastic. I think that is the future of the human race. To just invent weird shit.
Yeah.
It's like, just imagine an alien coming to our planet and they're like, oh, well, all we eat is glob marks. They're delicious. They come from the trees. And we're like, well, actually, we've got a nice Chianti here, some spaghetti bolognese.
I can't believe you went for glob marks instead of marklar.
No, because marklar's the alien race. They eat glob marks.
Everything we eat is marklar.
It would be very kind of weird to go, hello, I'm Marklar, this is my wife Marklar, and we eat Marklars. That's cannibalism. No, this is a Marklar.
Everyone and everything is Marklar.
So, yeah, I highly imagine that, maybe I'm wrong, maybe aliens do this as well, and they're laughing at us because we've done it all wrong.
What do you mean we've done it all wrong?
Like, maybe the aliens have invented, like, spaghetti bolognese, and then they, like, genetically engineered it to grow on a tree, so it grows in bags, so they just go and pluck some spaghetti bolognese off.
Spaghetti bolognese tree.
And then they just look down at humans sat there, like, boiling the
parmesan plant,
putting all this stuff on, yeah. Just grate a parmesan tree onto it, it'd be great.
But then the thing is, it's like, is there, there's another siege while this siege is happening.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh, the sieges, yeah.
I was going to say, do you think that, like, there's foods that haven't been invented yet? Like, maybe, like...
Oh, there's tons.
Like, maybe in the future, there's going to be, like, some really fucking crazy food shit that no one knows about.
Oh, no!
It's alright, it's only got apples in.
No, the apple barrels!
Literally all the apple barrels. Oh no, this guy's fucking them all up.
I found a bro!
And now there's apple barrels there. Some of them disappeared, some of them didn't. Where's that thief gone?
He's in there, isn't he? Oh, there's that. Why have we paused again?
Because there's another fucking siege happening. Where's the thief? Do you see him?
Left, is that?
That's not him.
What?
He's killed him. He's killed the thief.
Oh, right, the other thief. The other thief. I thought you meant the rogues.
Oh god, there's more evil badgers there. 3 fucking sieges in a row, man, and that's a big one.
Yeah.
Shit. We're already over time, so I think we should leave that and deal with it next time.
We will do.
So we're just going to leave it paused just for a minute. Because all I was going to say was, like, just imagine, like, you know, like, there must have been a time before cake where people wouldn't have been able to imagine cake, right?
Yeah.
But what if there's, like, some amazing, like, cool food that just hasn't been discovered yet?
Well, there will be. Something like,
and sometime in the future there'll be, like, something better than cake.
Ask yourself this. Has anyone eaten a blobfish yet? It could be fucking delicious. It could taste like jelly and ice cream, for all we know.
But what if there is some sort of weird combination of like ingredients that you can do, and maybe at a hotter temperature than our ovens currently cook, that turns it into something just like fucking incredible?
Diamond pie? Diamond pie.
Diamond pie.
Yeah, but you got to think about the fact that there's creatures in the ocean that we've never seen.
True.
So quite
and they might be delicious.
Yeah.
So
there could be something down there that's the ultimate of deliciousness.
So remember, folks, get your scuba gear on.
Scuba deer.
Go.
Get your scuba deer. Send that deer down there with the scuba gear on.
It's got his fucking, like, its antlers and then, like, a fucking face mask and snorkel.
Just a human riding it down to the bottom of the ocean. Go, scuba deer, go!
Oh, why?
Scuba deer. Get yours today, $12.99.
That's going to be Moose Antlers, his second channel, when he discovers his love of scuba diving.
That's when he goes on all day everywhere and just scuba dives on every ocean.
Fuck.
Scuba deer.
Oh, right, okay. Let's leave it there then, Velerious. If you want to say bye-bye to everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.